My girlfriend once said she hated arrogant rich people. So for 6 years, I acted poor for her. I was ready to tell her the truth and marry her. Then I saw her in a Ferrari with another man, kissing him, then admitting they were together. I stared at the news filling my phone. Then at Lou Ruyan's breakup text. I laughed coldly and told my secretary, from today, cut all support for Lou Ruyan. I sat in my CEO office, looking at the photos on my phone. In them, Lou Ruyan smiled sweetly, sitting in a red sports car, arms around a man's neck. There were even shots of them entering a hotel. From start to end, she never meant to hide it. Every angle was caught, pretty complete. Right, I almost forgot. With her status now, she had nothing to hide. She rose from a nameless little actress to one of the hottest new stars in the industry. Every step had gone too smoothly. In showbiz and online, everyone liked her image. And now, she even got an endorsement from global brand Able. Her resources kept rising. At this point, dating the man she loved would not look wrong. People would even praise her as brave, risking everything for love. But no one knew. Her fame and resources were built by me behind the scenes. When I first met her, she looked hurt and told me she refused showbiz's dirty rules and the people behind them. She swore she would stand clean under the lights. Funny, back then I believed her. I stayed by her for years. Since she now thinks she can stand on her own and wants to leave me, fine, let her. I put down my phone and looked at my secretary. Stop all support for Lou Ruyan. Tell every director they no longer need to respect her for me. Treat her like any actress. Yes, Mr. Zhou. I'll handle it. Don't worry. My secretary had followed me for years. He knew exactly what I meant. Didn't Lou Ruyan hate showbiz's dirty rules most? Too bad I was one of the rule makers. Before, I blocked it all for her. Now, no one would shield her. There's one more thing. Able sent another invitation. They sincerely hope you'll attend their launch. The chairman also said, you must go this time, or he'll come drag you there himself. Before this, Abel's Asia head had contacted me many times, inviting me to their launch. But Lou Ruyan would be there too. And I didn't want her to know I was one of those powerful showbiz people she looked down on. So I kept refusing. Because of that, the chairman, our old man at home, called me nonstop. These past few years, I rejected too many events for Lou Ruyan, until people wondered if the CEO of Show Group had become a monk. Only now did I see how much manpower, money and time I had wasted on Lou Ruyan. So I told my secretary, reply to Abel, tell them I'll attend, and call the old man. Tell him I'm back. He can retire in peace. Yes, Mr. Zhou, welcome back. My secretary finally smiled like a weight had lifted. Then he quietly left my office. I changed out of those cheap casual clothes and fixed my hair. Ignored for far too long. The next day, I arrived at Abel's launch as promised. As a global cosmetics giant, Abel held the event at the City Stop luxury hotel. Everyone invited that day was either a top star or a major Asian business figure. The media had packed the hotel entrance solid. My secretary stopped the sports car outside and said, Mr. Zhou, should I call ahead and have them clear the press? No need, I'm used to it. For all my years with Lou Ruyan, I had already lived like an ordinary man. Those reporters watched famous faces every single day. A hidden show group CEO like me would not catch their eye. But my secretary still worried. So I told him to park alone. Then I got out and walked toward the hotel. Sure enough, the media only cared about familiar faces from the big screen. No one cared about a stranger like me. I had just handed my invitation to security when screams suddenly exploded behind me like a storm. Lou Ruyan. Lou Ruyan. Lou Ruyan. I turned around And there she was, holding a flashy pretty boy's arm, stepping out of that red Ferrari. Lu Ruyan looked stunning today. Every smile and move pulled people in. Right, I almost forgot. She had always been beautiful, with Abel's makeup on top. Of course she stole the scene. The Lu Ruyan now was no longer the unknown girl, forced to drink at dinners. Now, she greeted fans and media with ease. Her fair, slender arm rested naturally around that man. Gentle, dependent, yet perfectly elegant. But the second she saw me, her smile froze. The man beside her sensed it. He followed her gaze and met my eyes. He was not a total stranger to me. My secretary had shown me his photo before. But I was rushing to Ruyan's birthday then, so I barely cared. Who knew I'd see the real thing today? Compared to Ruyan's awkward panic, his reaction was much more honest. He pulled her hand off his arm and held it tightly instead. Then, making a point, he walked past me. He tossed 2 invitations to security and said, "Today's Abel's big day. Do your job properly. Don't let every stray dog wander in." He even raised his brows at me, then pulled Lu Ruyan inside, facing the childish challenge. I only smiled faintly. Arrogant, full of himself. A common disease among showbiz newcomers. I had seen plenty like him. After they went in, I also stepped into the lobby. Clearly, Abel had spent big this time. The entire hotel, from the top floor down, was covered with huge posters of Lu Ruyan. Back then, I only had my secretary casually mention that Lu Ruyan was my girlfriend. I didn't expect them to go this far. Lu Ruyan walked ahead of me. The moment she entered, people surrounded her. Most were producers and brand reps, all hoping to gain something from her. Lu Ruyan clearly enjoyed the attention. She handled everyone like she was born for it. Just as I was looking for my seat, Lu Ruyan's boyfriend suddenly appeared out of nowhere. He slapped a bank card into my hand. "I know who you are. You just want money, right? Here's 100,000. Take it and disappear." 100,000. I toyed with the card and looked at him like an idiot. Seems I'd been too low-key these years. Now even a rookie dared bark at me. But he took my disdain for greed. Looks like Jia was right. A man like you doesn't deserve her. I'll add another 100,000. Don't show up again, or I'll make you pay. Pay? You're just a showbiz nobody. What can you do to me? I looked at him coldly, like watching a clown perform. Since the day I was born, no one had threatened me like that. Honestly, he made me curious. Had ever heard of show entertainment company? I'm about to sign with them. Jia said you're just low-level staff. One word from me and you're finished. Show entertainment. The moment I heard that, I almost laughed out loud. Wasn't that my own company? When did I agree to sign him? Wait. The photos my secretary showed me before did look like the new talent list. But they were only candidates. Who gets signed is still my call. Funny, he mistook a shortlist for a contract. Ignorance really gives confidence. Scared now. Face reality. You and Jia are in different worlds now. So leave already. Looking at his nasty face, disgust rose in my chest. I took out my phone and called my secretary. "Hello. Mr. Zhou, I'm in the underground parking lot. I'll come up now. No rush. I just want to ask. Among our latest candidates, is there someone named?" Only then did I realize I did not even know his name. So I looked at him. "What's your name? Are you stupid or what? You don't even know me." He acted like some huge star, like a cat with its tail stepped on. He instantly snapped. I was too lazy to listen, so I told my secretary directly. "The one dating Lu Ruyan. I understand. It's Gubin. Don't worry, Mr. Zhou. I've already removed him from the list. I've informed the other companies too. No one will sign Gubin." "Good, understood." I made that call. Just to confirm one thing. The list he showed me before was indeed for signings. Now it seemed I was right. But as I put down my phone, Lu Ruyan's cold voice came behind me. Shou Feng, I didn't know you were this vague. You even staged a childish act like this. When I made the call, I did not lower my voice. So every word between me and my secretary landed clearly in her ears. I also had no idea when she got behind me. I slowly turned around and saw Lu Ruyan's angry face. She strode over to Gu Bin and stood beside him. Then she said, I made it very clear. In my breakup text, we're from two different worlds now. Can you stop pestering me? If you want money, just tell me over the phone. I'll give it to you. Lu Ruyan, stop flattering yourself. I didn't come here for you. And not for money either. You and I are already done. I came because I was invited. That's all, nothing more. Damn, you think this is a market? Anyone can just walk in. Don't tell me you bribe the guard at the door. Gu Bin grabbed a waiter and snapped. Hey, this guy has no invite. He sneaked in. Aren't you handling this? Hello, sir. All guests here are name verified. That could not happen. You must be mistaken. After that, the waiter left without another glance. Gu Bin's face darkened. Then Lu Ruyan stepped forward. In a near commanding tone, she said, Shou Feng, we're over. Stop making a scene and clinging to me. I can pretend today never happened. But once the launch starts, I'll have security escort you out. So this is you saving me face. Should I thank you? Enough, Shou Feng. I don't know how you got in. But do you know? Every seat here has a name. When the launch starts, if you have no seat, even if I say nothing, the organizers will throw you out. So leave while you still can. The moment she finished, Gu Bin's eyes lit up. He grabbed her arm. Wait. This kind of show, we can't miss it. Then he turned and shouted around him. Everyone, come look. A paparazzi sneaked in. People at events like this hated paparazzi, so once they heard it, they all gathered. Naturally, I became the focus. I looked around and saw that, to me, they were nobodies, yet they dared look at me with disgust. And some even started insulting me. Lu Ruyan looked a little awkward. She probably did not expect Gu Bin to gather a crowd. But she was not worried about me. She was worried I might expose our past and embarrass her. After all, in her eyes, I was still that poor staff guy. So, she put on a generous face and said, Everyone, he's just one of my overly obsessed fans. Please let him go. Just let him leave. Then she lowered her voice. Shou Feng, leave now. If this gets bigger, it'll look bad. Shou Feng. Why does that name sound familiar? Ruyan's voice was low. But someone still heard it. He frowned and thought for a moment. Then his eyes widened. I remember. Isn't Show Group's CEO also Shou Feng? Those words dropped like a bomb and blew through the crowd. At that moment, Lu Ruyan and Gu Bin both stared at me in disbelief. But to me, being recognized here was nothing worth bragging about. My face stayed calm. All their reactions meant nothing to me, while everyone discussed who I was. A middle-aged man, dressed like a businessman, shook his head. That doesn't sound right. Mr. Shou rarely attends events these years. Even paparazzi don't know where he is. He wouldn't show up here so easily. Right, I heard that too. And Abel sent Mr. Shou 7 invitations, begging him to come, but he never agreed. I think this Shou Feng might be fake. Seats here are arranged by invitation. Check if there's a seat for Mr. Shou. Then we'll know if he's pretending. After that man spoke, everyone suddenly got excited, searching the lobby like crazy. They checked every seat, but never found my name. Only then did they relax. Especially Lu Ruyan. The fear in her eyes vanished instantly. All that remained was coldness. I knew it. How could Mr. Zhou have no bodyguards? Especially Secretary Wang. He's basically Mr. Zhou's personal guard. No way he'd go out alone. They seemed convinced. I was not Zhou Group's CEO. So once again, I became a paparazzi they could bully. Gu Bin even shouted, telling security to throw me out. Just as the first floor got noisy, a sharp-suited middle-aged man walked down from the second floor. He looked at the chaos below and frowned slightly. Then he stood on the stairs and shouted, "Quiet." Hearing that voice, everyone turned at once. When they saw him on the stairs, they all sucked in a cold breath. The place fell silent. Only I stood there, smiling faintly, not bothered by him at all. The moment he came down, Gu Bin and Lu Ruyan rushed over. "Uncle Huang, did the noise disturb you?" Lu Ruyan smiled carefully and followed beside him. This man was Abel's head of Asia operations and Lu Ruyan's current golden backer, Huang Wen. Huang Wen barely looked at her. He said coldly, "I came to welcome Mr. Zhou. Also, don't call me Uncle Huang. Call me President Huang." "President Huang, which Mr. Zhou?" Gu Bin asked quietly. Huang Wen didn't even answer. He walked straight to me. As he approached, everyone around me stepped aside by instinct, clearing a path. After Huang Wen stopped before me, he bowed deeply. Then he said, full of apology, "Mr. Zhou, I failed to arrange things well. I let you suffer this disrespect here." Huang Wen's sudden reaction stunned everyone. After a long pause, Gu Bin reacted. He rushed forward. "President Huang, are you sure you're not mistaken? He's just low-level staff." Before he finished, Huang Wen slapped him hard. Then he grabbed a glass of champagne and poured it over his hand, as if that slap had dirted him. "You blind fool. Can someone like you question Mr. Zhou?" After that, Huang Wen gestured politely. "Mr. Zhou, your seat is on the second floor. I prepared a private banquet. Let's eat and talk there." "All right." I walked past Gu Bin and Lu Ruyan and went upstairs without looking back. Only then did my secretary arrive. "Mr. Zhou, I've suspended all commercial work for Lu Ruyan and Gu Bin. I've also contacted the directors. Anything else you'd like to add?" Secretary Wang followed me upstairs and reported. I had always trusted his work. After briefly scanning the documents, I handed them back. "Find out who everyone downstairs is. Then handle them as you see fit. I heard enough nonsense downstairs. Now settle it all together." Secretary Wang nodded coldly. I figured he already had a plan. By then, Huang Wen's forehead was covered in sweat. His position was high, but it depended who stood before him. In front of me, his title as Abel's Asia head still wasn't quite enough. After I went upstairs, the lobby downstairs exploded. No one expected my identity to be real. Gu Bin regretted it till his face went green. He probably wanted to slap himself, but it was too late. Lu Ruyan stood frozen in place. She watched Huang Wen escort me respectfully into the VIP room. After all, even as Abel's ambassador, she wasn't qualified to sit with Huang Wen. Not long after, Lu Ruyan's phone rang. It was her manager. Still dazed, she answered the call. From the other end, her manager's furious voice exploded. "Lu Ruyan, who did you offend?" "Several directors who signed with us. Just back out. Worse, your upcoming endorsements are canceling too." "What did you do?" Hearing those words, Lu Ruyan finally snapped awake. She looked toward the second floor in fear. Before she could continue, her manager roared again. "Lu Ruyan, listen carefully. I don't care who you offended. Go apologize right now. Make them forgive you somehow. Or get ready to be blacklisted." The call ended. Lu Ruyan was completely stunned. Ever since she met me, her career had gone smoothly. Her manager treated her like royalty. Now that trouble had hit, She was totally lost. She didn't know where to start. At the same time, Gubin's phone and everyone else's downstairs rang like crazy. One by one, they answered. Their faces turned ugly fast. Those were probably the scariest calls they had ever received. The moment Gubin hung up, the light in his eyes vanished. Only hopelessness remained. Several films he was proud of were frozen at once. Even the crew waiting for him told him not to come. And worst of all, show group would never sign him. With that, his showbiz career was basically over. From that day on, he no longer belonged there. As for me, I had entered the VIP room with Huang Wen. Sure enough, a banquet was ready. But what truly surprised me was someone already sitting calmly at the table. The moment I saw him, I blurted out that, "Weren't you in the Maldives? Why are you back?" That's right, the man sitting there held the highest position in Zhou Group. And he was my father, Zhou Sihai. Since I joined the company, he had lived in the Maldives. Every year I visited him once. But after I got with Lu Ruyan, I hadn't gone for years. I never thought he'd return. "Humph, you brat. If I didn't come back, you'd bury the whole group." My father snorted. Then he waved me over to sit. Huang Wan and Secretary Wang wisely stood aside. They didn't dare join our talk. "Xiao Feng, I heard everything. You let a woman hurt the group's numbers. That doesn't sound like my son. And the funniest part, she dumped you first. If this gets out, do you know how much damage it'll do to the group?" "I know. I'm fixing it and recovering the losses. I admit, I lost my head before. If Secretary Wang hadn't kept the group running, the damage would be worse. But now that I'm back, this small loss can still be recovered." "Humph. Recovering isn't enough. Listen, I came back to settle your marriage. No woman will use your feelings again." "No way, I'm Show Group's CEO. And I still can't escape marriage." I looked at Dad acting shocked. I knew he wouldn't choose just anyone. But he also knew I wasn't easy to order around. Just then, from inside the VIP room, a sweet voice rang out. "Brother Shou Feng. What if it's me? Would you be satisfied?" The moment I heard that voice, I shivered on instinct. Then I remembered her, Lu Ruowei. If I feared anyone growing up, she was number one. The Lu Group behind her was basically Show Group's brother company. Lu Ruowei and I grew up together. But she was wild as a kid. Even wilder than me. So later, Uncle Lu sent her abroad. I didn't expect her back too. As her voice faded, Lu Ruowei walked out. The moment I saw her, I froze. In my memory, she was still that skinny girl. Dark-skinned with two braids, pinning me down and beating me. But after all these years, she had completely changed into a graceful young woman. I kept staring at her. Her cheeks instantly went red. Then she ran to my father, hugged his shoulder and said, "Uncle Shou." Brother Shou Feng doesn't seem to listen. Dad slapped the table. He was about to explode. Lu Ruowei quickly calmed him down. Then she looked at me. "Brother Shou Feng. You saw that, right? You can't go against Uncle Shou. This old man and this girl were acting right in front of me." Helpless, I agreed for now. Abel's lunch was about to begin when I left the VIP room with my secretary and Lu Ruowei. The doorway was packed. The second Gubin saw me. He rushed over and knelt to grab my leg. But Secretary Wang pinned him down. His face was covered in tears and snot. And my clothes were expensive. If he touched them, that'd be trouble. "Mr. Shou, please give me a way out. I was blind earlier. From now on, I'll do anything." Right now, he looked like a stray dog. Not a trace of arrogance remained. I lowered my eyes at him. Then I smiled, then barked. Let me hear it. Gubin didn't expect that. He froze on the spot. But in that moment, I had already walked past him. When he came back to his senses, he got down and barked like a dog. His voice was so loud that everyone turned to watch. Not bad, you bark well. But I'm not short of dogs. I smiled coldly. Then I turned and went downstairs. Gubin collapsed like a dog, with its spine broken. Countless cameras kept clicking at him. Since this was a launch, official photographers were everywhere. They hadn't even shot the products yet. Before catching this scene, this piece of news was worth as much as Abel's products. After today, Gubin would be a joke in showbiz. But what did that matter? Over the years, many had become jokes in my hands. As soon as I came down, Lu Ruyan blocked me. Her eyes were red. She had clearly cried. If this were before, seeing her like that would have hurt me. But now, my heart was calm. I even felt annoyed. Shofeng, why are you doing this? To me, her first words nearly made me laugh. She threw me away first. Now she asked why I treated her this way. I didn't want to argue. I raised my hand and Secretary Wang stopped her. Then I walked toward the main stage. Lu Ruyan kept shouting like she'd gone mad, even exposing our past in front of everyone. Now everyone there knew. Show Group's CEO had ignored his family business for 5 years because of an actress. The impact of that news was no smaller than rising star Gubin barking like a dog in public. Before I went on stage, I looked back at Lu Ruyan. The last bit of pity I had was gone. The woman before me was no longer the same. I even wondered if the woman by my side all those years was really her. She kept screaming hysterically, telling everyone what I had done for her. Just as she shouted with full emotion, Lu Ruowei shoved her designer back into Huang Wen's hands. Then she stepped up and slapped Lu Ruyan. The crisp sound echoed through the hall. Lu Ruyan's shouting stopped at once. Shofeng is my fiancé. He has been mine for 5 years. I don't know where a mad woman like you came from. But insult my fiancé again, and I'll sue you. Lu Ruowei's dominance stunned everyone, including me, if I still had doubts about her before. Now I was fully sure. She was definitely the Lu Ruowei who used to beat me. After Lu Ruyan was slapped, half her face swelled red. But Lu Ruowei acted like nothing happened. She took her bag back and walked to me. Then she held my arm and pinched my waist hard. She whispered fiercely, "Your taste is awful. If I hadn't cleaned this up, you'd be ruined today." I smiled faintly and covered her hand with mine. "Don't worry. It won't happen again." The media captured our sweet-looking moment. Tomorrow, it would be another headline. Using Abel's launch as the stage, I announced to all media that I would officially take over Show Group. And in a few days, at this very hotel, I would end my 5-year love story by marrying Lu Ruowei to the entertainment industry. This news was a huge bomb. At least those female idols dreaming of marrying rich could give up. At the launch, Lu Ruowei also told a made-up love story. Honestly, it was quite touching. But only we knew it was fake. Still, so what? The result was good enough. Everyone. Due to Miss Lu Ruyan's recent conduct, we will end all cooperation with her. Our new ambassador is Miss Lu Ruowei. With one gesture from Huang Wen, Lu Ruowei walked on stage, smiling. She faced the media with confidence. As for Lu Ruyan, she looked like an abandoned dog, slumped weakly on the floor. Her eyes had no light left. While Lu Ruowei spoke, Abel's staff moved fast. They quickly took down all of Lu Ruyan's posters. Every single one was replaced with Lu Ruowei's photos. The torn posters were thrown on the hotel floor. Just like Lu Ruyan now. Old, useless, unwanted. I thought Lu Ruyan would finally stop there. But I didn't expect her to cry online about her pain. In her version, I became the heartless man who threw away 5 years for a family marriage. Her brainless fans forgot how sweet she and Gubin were days ago. Instead, they pointed all their anger straight at me. But to me, it was just drizzle. No matter how they dragged me online, it couldn't hurt me. On the contrary, their outrage gave Show Group a wave of free exposure. Even our artists and companies benefited from it. But just because I didn't care didn't mean others didn't. Secretary Wang asked me if he should teach Lu Ruyan a real lesson. I didn't agree. Not because I still cared. At a time like this, if we touched Lu Ruyan, someone could twist the story. And that would still affect the company. What I didn't expect was Secretary Wang didn't move. But Lu Ruowei did, openly. First, she scolded the brainless fans. Then she hired online promoters to push the Able incident straight onto trending. Nothing convinces people like video. Too bad when Lu Ruyan dumped me. She cut things too cleanly. She had no photo of us together. So in public opinion, she was losing badly. And the fans who once defended her became the sharpest blades, cutting her without mercy. No doubt about it. This battle was Lu Ruowei's win. When she entered my office, like a proud little fighter, I said nothing extra. I pulled her into my arms and kissed her. Only then did I understand what I truly wanted and who I truly loved. Lu Ruowei didn't have to do this. But for me, she made such a big move. She even used her identity as Lu Group's young lady and Joe Group's future CEO wife to speak up for me online. If I still didn't love her, I'd truly be stupid. Lu Ruowei was startled by my sudden move. She froze in my arms for a second. But soon after, she completely relaxed. And she seemed to enjoy it very much. Let's get married. After we got married, Lu Group would also merge with Joe Group. With both families' strength, dominating Asia's entertainment world would be easy. And after my moves, Lu Ruowei shut up fast as showbiz's biggest dark horse. Many top celebrities openly asked to work with her. Even directors sent scripts for her to choose. At the wedding, Lu Ruyan sent a red envelope. I didn't open it. I gave it to Ruowei. As expected, inside was Lu Ruyan's threat letter. She said if I didn't take her back, she'd jump. Such a childish threat didn't move me at all. Amid blessings and laughter, the wedding ended perfectly. Later, Secretary Wang told me about Lu Ruyan. In the end, she didn't dare die. But she had no resources left. No company was willing to sign her. She also owed huge penalties. Under all that pressure, she took shady film work. As for Gubin, he was even worse off than her. The current him had become rich women's toy. He could barely sleep at night. His whole body looked drained. Like a walking corpse, I sat in my office, looking at Secretary Wang's files. My heart stayed calm. So much time had passed. I felt nothing for them anymore. Just then, a pair of fair arms quietly wrapped around my shoulders and hugged me. Then Lu Ruowei's pretty face. Lean close, show phone. Thinking about your old flame. I tossed the file down and laughed. Then I smiled and said, no. Just reading a joke. After that, I kissed her. Ruowei wrapped her arms around my neck and whispered by my ear, congrats. You're going to be a dad.